Hello and welcome to lesson 2 on the properties of shape. Now, hopefully you've got quite confident in your use of a protractor through lesson 1. So what I'd like you to do is to draw on a piece of paper a quadrilateral that looks a bit like that one and label it up the same way. Then once you've done that, I'd like you to estimate and then measure each angle at each vertex and also label what type they are. And I will do the same for this one, and yours should be roughly similar, although obviously there may be a few differences. So I've measured mine with a protractor, and it's not desperately accurate because of the whiteboard pen, but I found that W is a right angle, 90 degrees, X is 78, Y is 123 and Z is 73. And in theory, if I add all of them together, they should give me the total for all angles in a quadrilateral. You may know what that is. It should be 360. Well, I was close. So what does that tell me? Probably tells me that I haven't measured it quite accurately enough, or a whiteboard pen isn't quite accurate enough for drawing such things. But it's quite close. I'm quite pleased with that. What type of angle are they? Well, W is a right angle, and X and Z are both acute angles because they're less than 90 degrees, and Y is an obtuse angle. I'm hoping this is clear enough for you to see. What I've drawn is a horizontal line in orange, and then from the middle of it, I've drawn out some angles. Some straight lines have gone out. So I've created an orange angle A, a pink angle B, and a blue angle C. And you can see where the lines that are coming out touch the protractor. So can you work out the value of each of those angles? And think about how you've done it. Right, to find out A, I read my protractor round from 0. Can't see my finger, there it is, from 0 round to 30. That was easy. And then for C, I read my protractor the other way from 0 on the inside scale round to 50, which gave me those answers. So then I had to work out B. And what I did was I know that angles on a straight line are 180 degrees. So I added together A and C and took them away from 180. So here's my calculation, 180 degrees minus 30 plus 50. We know we do that bit first because it's in brackets. Gave me 100 degrees for B. You could have done it, if you'd wanted to, by counting round. So if you'd worked out angle A and got to 30, you could then count round to the next line, and that would also give you 100 degrees. Little reasoning problem for you. Alex says that this angle is 120 degrees. What has she done wrong? Pause the video and just have a think about that, how you would explain it to somebody. So what she's done wrong is she's read the wrong scale on the protractor. So she's read the inside scale and found 120 instead of reading around the outside from where the 0 line is along the bottom to find out that actually it's 60 degrees. Now I'd like you to draw a series of horizontal lines on a page. You're going to need 8 of them, and then estimate where these angles would be. So draw them on the lines but without measuring them. Make sure you use a ruler. Then once you've drawn them, measure them and see if you were close. I'd say close would be within about 5 degrees each way. So the angles that you're going to draw are 15 degrees, 45 degrees, 95 degrees, 125 degrees, 175 degrees, 60 degrees, 20 degrees, and then 210 degrees, which is a little bit different because that is a reflex angle. So I've had a go at drawing these. I've done some of them from each end of the line. And as I measured them, I discovered I was quite good at acute angles and pretty bad at obtuse angles. So I might need to practice my obtuse angles a bit. So this was meant to be 15 degrees. And it was on about 12, so that's okay. This one was 45 degrees. Not bad. I was on 40, I'd say. So a little bit of practice maybe there. This was meant to be 95. And as you can see, because I'm measuring around this way, I've gone way over. I've gone to like 115. So that wasn't particularly good. I need to practice that. This one was 125. So I'm measuring the outside. And I went right around to 140, far too far. Not really very close at all. Needs some work. 175 I found a little bit easier because I knew that 180 was a straight line. So I got 170. So I think that's kind of close enough. 60 degrees. Not bad. I was on 55. 20 degrees. Spot on, pretty much. And then 210, now I've got a problem. If I put my protractor that way up, my line's nowhere near it. So what I need to do is to turn my protractor upside down. And I know that 180 is all this part here. So I've just got to add on another 10, 20, 30. And a couple, 33 maybe. So 180 plus 33 will give me 213, so 210 is pretty good. So if you got within that sort of range, that's not a bad estimate. And the reason that we're estimating is to stop you doing things like on the previous question where Alex had got it wrong and measured on the wrong side of his protractor. Because if I estimated, for instance, this one here as 170 degrees, but I was measuring the inside part, I'd know I'd made a mistake. So that's the end of this lesson. I hope you're finding it useful. See you again soon. Bye.